One of the biggest hurdles in retro gaming is getting your consoles running on a modern TV. Thankfully, there are a couple companies that have made this problem easy to solve. But before I get into the specifics, there are a couple different ways to tackle this problem. Modding your retro consoles is a huge deal nowadays. You can get some really awesome results, but they're also very expensive and usually very inaccessible to the casual gamer. There are also clone consoles that use upscalers or have actual HD hardware. But don't get me wrong, clone consoles are awesome and they absolutely have their place in the community. But given the choice, I want to play on my original console. If you use one of these solutions or you have some of your own, go ahead and let us know in the comments. I love to see different creative ways people go about solving their problems in this community because it can get nuts. Now the first option we've got are these Hyperkin HD TV converters. Hyperkin makes a ton of these for a bunch of different retro consoles. And these are all-in-one complete solutions for playing your consoles on your new TVs. This one here is our best seller. For GameCube, N64, and SNES. 3-in-1. Now these come in one long cable with the converter box in the middle. You've got the input that goes into your console, and you have the HDMI output that plugs into your TV. On the box, you have a switch for 16:9 or 4:3 aspect ratio. Now the most important thing to note with these is that they also come with a micro USB cable. The board used to convert the signal in this little box here requires external power. So you either got to plug this into a wall outlet with a phone power adapter, or if you have a USB port on the back of your TV, you can plug it in there and you'll get plenty of power out of that. Now these are super convenient. They're all in one. You don't have to hunt down any other cables. You've got a high quality build and they are specifically tailored for the console you choose. But because of all of those, they're a little more on the pricier end for a cable. What if you want something a little cheaper or a little more universal? And Old School's got you covered there. This is Old School's AV to HD converter. It's a quick and super easy solution. It's just a little box that you plug your own cables into and you go. This one also requires that external power as well, but it comes with its own micro USB cable. Unfortunately, you have to provide your own AV and HDMI cable. So if you've lost yours or they're old, worn out, or not working anymore, you're gonna have to track another one down. Purchasing those will add up to about the same price as one of the Hyperkin converters. But if you have multiple retro consoles set up in your entertainment center, all playing off of the same TV, this is super easy. You just put it in an accessible spot and you swap out the AV cables as needed. Personally, I use one of these. I already have all the AV cables for my old consoles, and this is just cheaper and easier than buying a bunch of new cables specifically for each of my consoles. But what if you want to go the other way? What if you want to take your new, crisp, clean, next-gen 4K 1080p HD and convert it down to a standard definition? I don't know why you'd want to do that, but I personally have run into that problem myself. Old School also has you covered. This is the same exact thing as the AV to HD converter, but just the other way around. This is actually how we got this shot for our old opening, making it look like our intro is playing off of an N64. So if you're playing some NES or Super Nintendo games on your Nintendo Switch and want to have that classic feel, there you go. Now there are a ton of other options and brands, but these are what we carry at Nostalgic Video Games and are the ones that we've had the best luck with. They're available in our store, and I'll drop some links in the description where you can purchase these online. We are not sponsored by Hyperkin or Old School, and our goal here is to just give you an objective overview of these products so you can make the most informed decision when spending your hard-earned money. With a lot of modern third-party retro gaming options, that sounds like an oxymoron, I think it's up to personal preference. But these, objectively, are great options. If you've ever watched one of our streams or watched one of our videos that has game capture in it, it's more than likely that we were using one of these products when hooking up our consoles to the Elgato. If you're an enthusiast and want the best picture and have specific dedicated cables to each of your consoles, or have a whole HDMI splitter set up, the Hyperkin ones are the way to go. If you want versatility and still have all your working AV cables, the Old School ones are a fantastic option as well. And as I said, let me know if there are any other brands that you guys enjoy using on your retro gaming setups. And if you're down in the comments, check out the description. We've got a link to our Redbubble store. That is the best and only way to support this channel directly. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, yes.